I don't know about you, but I hope that this covers the whole screen. When I was doing my Klonoa review, I just put a screen of what my face with this basically banner that you see right now on this video. It's just basically a background, but it's like my VTuber model and something plastered with it, whether it's like a sign or a game I played or some logo, some poster, whatever the image is. And this image is Summer Game Fest. For Summer Game Fest 2023, we are upon the year of new games announcements and stuff like that. And this video is going to be all of that. So I just want to give you a quick disclaimer. This is basically all gaming. There's a chance that I might make a part two because, we're still on Summer Game Fest. It's kind of like the new E3. And I know there's a good amount of you that are not into games. I am. I'm into games. Okay, there's a good amount of content in gaming that you guys might be into in terms of romance and also animation wise as well. But it shouldn't be a surprise that I'm into gaming. I mean, most people within Webtoon, they love gaming, okay? Because it's all basically based in the internet, and that's for sure. And some people just don't care about playing games or anything like that, which I still don't get because I don't really think that's true in a sense because you have games on your phone and stuff like that. But it's not about that, okay? If you don't like gaming, that's up to you. You don't need to tell me. But yeah, we're about to actually just talk about it. But before that, just a little update of how it's going on in my life. You know, I'm excited for this vacation trip that's happening in 2 weeks. Also, my leg is numb because I just been working out nonstop. I've been fasting nonstop, and it took a toll on me. And I am just injured. I guess because my leg is overworked, so it's sore at the moment. I can barely walk, but I don't need to walk anywhere or go anywhere because guess what? I am staying here checking out all these games, all these demos and stuff like that. Also, I've been streaming. Hopefully you can, catch me in the streams and stuff. And yeah, let's get into this direct and let's see how's it going in terms of gaming for sure. This is basically all I'm gonna tell you. This there's not much for me to add, but there's a lot of news surrounding gaming, and it's just all gaming from here on out. Usually, yeah, I talk about animation news, I talk about real life news and stuff like that. It's gonna be none of that because it's mostly gonna be related to gaming. It's going to be mostly related to the stuff that I'm going to be sharing in terms of the announcements and anything that happened at Summer Game Fest, Day of the Devs, and a whole bunch of other stuff because, Summer Game Fest announcement is not the only thing that's happening. There's Wholesome Direct, which I'm going to be talking about later. There's going to be other directs, even the Xbox Direct, which a lot of people, there's a lot of predictions for the Xbox Direct showcase or whatever you may call it. And it's because of Redfall, because of how that damaged the company basically. It's a lot of there's a lot of eyes on what Xbox move is going to be. It could be in certain ways that it goes bad or go good or go plain, but I'm hoping they go crazy with it. I'm hoping that the Xbox can actually revitalize or rejuvenate their own people that were fans of Xbox and that were the same people that were heartbroken when Phil Spencer was saying oh, we're not competing for no one, we're not in the competition of actually setting up games in a way where we want to actually showcase them in a bigger light, which that's not true. You gotta continue the competition if you want to stay in business. At least that's how I see it. I don't own any small business in any sense, even this channel, but yeah, we're just gonna go into this and actually just get into some gaming news, or at least stuff that I play, just to, just to actually, get the vocals warmed up. So what I've been playing is a game that actually I stream. So if you're there at the stream, I've been playing this called Planet of Lana. It is a beautiful game. I am looking forward to finishing it. And yeah, it's kind of it's a tricky game itself. It takes a lot of, it's one of those puzzle games basically. And it's a 2D's, kind of game with no dialogue. And yeah, the visuals and the atmosphere surrounding the game is beautiful. And I'm looking forward to finishing it because let me tell you, it goes deep. The story, I'm not going to spoil it, but it goes deep in certain places where it really pretty much, you have to play it for yourself to really understand more of it. and all that. Also, next up, Oro Scope, is another game I've been playing. It's on the Game Jolt, which is a place where it's usually surrounded fandoms of gaming. They have like a feed or anything, kind of like Twitter, but you can actually download other games from that site as well, be part of different communities, and they have a couple of fan games that I got there. I remember getting like a Klonoa fan game, a couple of Sonic games in Game Jolt, and also I checked out one called Horoscope, which is it's kind of like it's very Sonic-ish because there's some mechanics that is very Sonic related, but it's a 8-bit like 2D game platformer, and it's really nice. It's beautiful. The visuals and everything, like the sounds, of course, those are the aspects. The visuals and sound is always kind of like a key for any game that I played that would have me like, yeah, I'm continuing playing this more. And for this one, it's a magical like orb collecting game, but it's pretty much new. It's I'm playing the beta, and so far, I'm enjoying myself actually playing this. There's some mechanics that is pretty interesting, like creating your own platform just to get to the finish the level. And one day I'm gonna be actually just showcase. I gotta find a way because it doesn't go full screen, but I have to find a way to actually really put this into streams one day because I want to do a stream where I'm playing a whole bunch of fan games or 2D games or just, a whole lot of gaming, but I tend to do one by one just for a dedicated game that I'm playing. But I would like to add more of it. And the thing is that streaming has been something that I've been using a lot lately because it's more convenient, especially with me and Stefan that we've been recording with each other of actually doing a podcast together. We do it via stream. That's what we did last time when he was here, and it's pretty much more convenient than I would expect because it's easier. Because after the streaming thing, the streams like after the our conversation, we stop the end the stream, and then there it is. It's saved. We don't need to actually. I don't need to upload it, edit it, or anything like that. No, it's all uploaded. Even though that stream didn't go well because I had a hard time with the audio thing. I wish I had like a big mic for both of our voices, but instead we did a thing where we basically use like I have like two headphones with two mics. Well, actually two headphones and a mic each one of them. And pretty much one mic wasn't working for me, so you can only hear me through Stefan, and Stefan would almost be the host because you can hear Stefan's voice way more than me in that podcast, in that live stream. So it didn't go as well as I expected, but it's okay. It's a work in progress. Maybe later on some other streams will do it. I could have done it like via Zoom. That's something I should practice because I am thinking of getting guests here. There is a chance that I might have a guest next week. I am not sure about that, but it's a guarantee. I want to get some guests before I leave to my vacation trip. That's for sure. Next up, another game I've been playing is, some emulation. Sega All Stars Racing on the DS. That was a fun one. And, it's not really the craziest because it doesn't beat out the other racing games. There's this other one that I've been playing on the N64, which is Donkey Kong Racing or Diddy Kong Racing. It is so good. It's tricky. It's kind of a weird control setup, but I enjoyed it either way. Way more than Sega All Stars Racing because this one was a weird one. It's an old one because it's on the DS. And, with the whole two screens, I don't know. It kind of pierced my judgment. But yeah, also some couple of Crash games. I've been trying to do 100% on each of the Crash games from the PS1 and also the PS2. And also I just been continuing on just, Metal Gear Solid, the one in basically from finishing one because one I'm almost finished it. One thing I noticed, that I just realized, as you can tell by the list there, I noticed that, I was checking out the GameCube Metal Gear Solid, and it was the Metal Gear Twin Snakes. And that one is basically a remake of the first Metal Gear Solid on the PS1, which I didn't know because I'm already almost finished with PS1 and I was planning to play Twin Snakes for funsies. And no, it's actually almost the same kind, except with more updated graphics in a sense where you don't see like the blocky imagery in the GameCube version because the graphics are a bit better compared to the PS1. And Also, PS3, Metal Gear Solid 3. So I've been trying to get that done, even though I'm kind of at the moment trying to finish Metal Gear Solid 1. So that's what I'm going through with, because I'm really trying to adapt myself for actually the Metal Gear series. But that's got to be hard due to the amount of games that is coming up, especially from the Summer Game Showcase. Also, a couple other news. This whole story about Twitch versus Kick and Rumble is pretty much going on and on. So that's what's happening. I'm not sure what's really going on, but I believe that Twitch had policies that pretty much affected their own company in a sense, basically shoot themselves in the leg. And it's not looking good for Twitch. It's looking good for Kick and Rumble, especially from Mr. Beast's announcement about it. But yeah, Twitch is not doing so good in terms of, like, the competition against Kick and Rumble, because Kick and Rumble has actually gained way more people because they're a better alternative compared to what Twitch had to offer. And Twitch is never actually, if anything, you'd rather stream on YouTube. I choose YouTube. But I'm really thinking of testing, my streaming in Kick or Rumble. I mean, it would probably be Kick. I like Kick a bit more. I don't know about Rumble, but Kick to me is kind of like an option that I would personally choose. And there's been many times where I would think of choosing Twitch, but it really never happened because I don't know how to really. I never actually been ever use Twitch as anything to make content on. That has never happened really for me, honestly. Despite me going to their convention back in 2015, good times. And yeah, pretty much Twitch is falling down. It is falling. Also, like, this is kind of like not related to anything on the news here. I heard there's some things going on with the, bushfires in Canada, and it's spreading all around the East Coast. Hope everyone's okay there. I had a good, I experienced it when it comes down to wildfires and the hazy smokiness in here in California, like, years ago. And pretty much it is like, I wouldn't say it's bad, but hopefully everyone's safe there and have, pretty much it would affect your insides more than the outsides, as well. But it's like, it seems to be pretty serious out there. Like, I don't know what's going on, but the wildfires, it's sneaking down in here and it's crazy. Next up, Nick Merckx. So this whole situation about Nick Merckx is going haywire. Like, it's something that I'm not supposed to say, but I have an obligation to, knowing that I'm part of, within the LGBT community. So it's only right that I give my opinions about it. And he just didn't really say anything controversial. He just said, like, leave the kids out of it, which is true. However, he commented on something that really gained him the amount of backlash that he is getting from saying that on his tweet. And it's insane. It's like a simple concept, just leave the kids out of it. I agree with that. When it comes to LGBT issues, LGBT plus issues in any sense, I feel like there's one that is either, if kids are interested, we can educate them. But most of the time within the LGBT plus stuff, it's mostly an adult thing. At least to me, it's a more like a teen adult thing. Kids, minors, in many sense, yes, I agree. It shouldn't be ever involved with it. Even though we live in a world where kids are all over in the internet, and pretty much it's important to educate them. But as I see this, I don't see what's wrong with Nick Merckx and why he actually basically, got, like, he had like a skin, or he had something with Call of Duty, and Call of Duty kicked him out for like some partnership or whatever. I'm very unfamiliar with this because I am not in the Call of Duty, in the Call of Duty community or in Nick Merckx's community. I know his videos. I know he does this like phrase like, get bussa or something like that. And, he's a cool person. I like his personality and stuff like that. But I really have no idea what is happening. But him being as a father and saying something like, leave the kids out of it, it should draw in some empathy or some, like, sense in it. But I understand that it's controversial for whatever reason, even though these are people's opinions. Some people have different opinions and stuff like that. And it's sad that we live in a world where, certain people's opinions, political leaning or religious leaning or something like that is affected within that kind of like circle. Like, in any circle at all, even though we should all get along, because we're not made to agree with everybody, especially the ones that have the most power, if you know what I mean. You think, me being in the LGBT plus community, like, there's certain things that I agree. There's a lot of things that I don't agree. And it feels like there needs to be a way for, like, a branch of people within the LGBT plus community to actually really talk about, because apparently this is related to with the LGBT plus community that Nick Merckx is mentioning, even though he said, like, I don't care what you do. And that's everyone else. Everyone says that. I don't care what you do in your bedroom or whatever, what are your preference or gender or whatever it is. Because guess what? We live in a world where who freaking cares who you are or whatever. People don't even, like, know me at all. I don't expect going into the streets and someone coming up to me like, you go girl, even though I'm a dude. And even though, like, there's times where, being a girl was way better than being a dude sometimes, like, when, in my earlier childhood. But then when as I grow up, basically, I'm like, I have to choose to accept to be a dude, because that there's nothing I can do about it. I don't know. God put me in this body, so it's only right to actually accept it. Acceptance. I don't know. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot. You can tell there's a lot of opinions from me about this, and a lot of opinions surrounding it. But I'm not trying to get backlash. I'm just giving you a very, very numbed down, actual, conversational wise, like, it's I don't see the big deal of why Nick Merckx is, kind of like, canceled for this. Being canceled sucks. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. And also, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I want to talk about for sure. But I'll just leave it at that, right now. Also, back to the Summer Game Showcase. And another thing that I want to actually put out, I forgot to put this out when I was talking about iPlay and stuff like that, whatever games I've been playing. There's a game that I deleted. I finally made the decision. I made the decision to actually really have to delete a game. I never thought it would happen, but this is one of the biggest games I deleted. I had to get rid of Breath of the Wild. I have to get rid of it. It's too much space. I can't do it. Zelda is foreign to me. Okay, there's people that are huge fans of Zelda, and I said it before that I'm jealous of anyone that is a fan of Zelda, because that's not a game that I'm into, and it's nothing against it or any sense. The same way when someone's like, oh, the LGBTQ people, they're cool, but I'm just not into that, and that's cool. There's people that exist that have no idea what an LGBTQ is at all, or never even heard the word. I met one of those people, and I'm also was dumbfounded. I was like, what the heck? You don't know what a gay person is or something? Like, what the heck? You don't know what this and that is. You don't know what a trans person. It's still weird to me, because I always expect that, oh, everyone knows what a trans or gay person is, but I guess that there's people out there that have no idea what that is. The same thing when it comes to me and Zelda. Like, I know Zelda. I can give you that much. I know Toon Link. That's all. Because I played Breath of the Wild because of the hype for Tears of the Kingdom. And let me tell you, Breath of the Wild takes a lot of your time. It takes a lot of your time. It's ridiculous. Because that's a game that, how is anyone supposed to finish that at all in 1 year? It's huge, okay? It is a lot of stuff that you have to go through where it takes a long amounts of time to get past. And I'm just like, I can't do this. I don't like this game. I really don't like Zelda. I don't like Breath of the Wild in any sense. And I choose to, you know what? I gotta delete it. It's not my game. I'm sorry. It's not my game. It's not my game. Maybe if I had some skateboarding mechanics, or if Sly Cooper was in it, or Jack and Daxter, maybe I would be in it. And here's the thing. Zelda, that's for sure. Mario, yeah, it's something that I guess I'm into, but when it comes down to Nintendo games, I can tell you very, very much that I am not a Nintendo person. There's some Nintendo games that I love so much. Double Dash, one of the racing games, some of the tennis games, some of the sportsy ones, and also some of the cool platformers. Like, I remember playing Mario Odyssey. I kind of like that. I really did. But Breath of the Wild, that's ridiculous. I can't play it. I just can't. It's too big. I'm too late for the train for it. And there's so many other backlogs that I have to actually play that yeah, I feel like Breath of the Wild is too much for me, and there's no place for me to put it, so I just delete it. I'm just like, I gotta get rid of this. There's so many other good games coming soon. I don't have time for Breath of the Wild. I missed that train. That's an L. Oops, shoot, sorry. I just knocked things over. That's an L I'm willing to take, you know? Anyways, yeah, let's go into Summer Game Fest. Let's talk about the games. So, a whole bunch of games that happen at the Summer Game Showcase. Not the Summer Game Fest Showcase, you know, basically the main showcase for the Summer Game Fest. And I'm not really gonna talk about all of them because we would be here all day. Like again, I'm thinking of making a part two. So there is a good amount of like games that is in that showcase where I'm like, yo, this is something I'm looking forward to. I really want to check this out, and that's for sure. Like for example, like Liza P. That's a game I'm like the creepy factor of it. I just want to see it. And also, there's a lot of talk. Can I just talk about Mortal Kombat between me and Mortal Kombat? You know, Zelda is cool. You know, it's but when it comes down to Mortal Kombat, there is no other game that I wouldn't care less more than Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry. Listen, it's a cool game, but here's the thing: when I play games, this is kind of like the only fighting game that I refuse to play. I refuse to play Mortal Kombat. And some people are like, why, Vince? Why? Well, let me tell you something. You know, I play games to feel good. I play games because they're attractive, they're cool, the visuals are nice. Mortal Kombat is disgusting. Okay, I'm sorry. The blood and gore things, I am not a blood and gore person. You know, you don't see me playing Agony or Scorn or none of that. They look cool. They look freaking cool, but I can't play it. I have a weak stomach and I gag easily. Okay. like and so when it comes down to Mortal Kombat, ain't no way in hell I'm playing that. No, and I don't know the story. I don't know what this and that. Maybe you don't need to follow no damn story to play this one. I'm not into that. I'm not into Mortal Kombat. I don't hate on it. It's one of the best fighting games. I reference it a lot even. Talking about like, you know, Fatality, you know, and also like Sub-Zero or something like that, Ken Fury. Like you know, just like any other fighting game itself. Like one of my favorite ones has always been Street Fighter. I love Street Fighter, you know. I also really like, you know, Smash. You know, I had a good time playing Smash as well. I'm playing like Aether as, you know, that's another good fighting game that I've been playing. But and also Soul Calibur is basically my first interaction with fighting games. It's basically the birth of how I discovered more about fighting games from a younger age, you know, and that was like back in the PS3 and PSP days. But when it comes down to Mortal Kombat, man, I wish it was like somewhere else most of the time. Because here's the thing about me just having the only newest console being the Switch is that it's mostly Mortal Kombat that is known in there. And there's times where I wish it was like, can we just have like Soul Calibur and freaking in the eShop? Why does it have to be this? Why? Just why? We got Street Fighter. Why can't Street Fighter 6 be in this console? Damn it. Now, I wish I had a PlayStation for sure, but we just have to have Mortal Kombat. It's not a bad game. It's a game that I just can't take. I really can't take. I can't watch all this blood and gore and stuff. And I just feel weird whenever you know, am done looking at it. I'm just like, oh, you know, the amount I listen, there's games that I want, but mostly there is games that I want that doesn't really have me look away from the screen. That is not a good game if it makes me look away from the screen. And I can't take it with these fatalities. I can't take with the, you know, the fandom or anything like that. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. Okay. You know, I'm just surprised that, you know, I am ever like, you know, like fighting games that much, except for Mortal Kombat. That's literally the only one that I just don't want to play. I don't want to play Mortal Kombat. I don't like it. Not my thing. That's my preference. But other than that, another thing that's my preference and also not my preference at the same time, Sonic! Sonic Superstars is coming. This has got most of the hype from the crowd of this game. So, yeah, you know, pretty much a lot of people really like this trailer, Super Sonic Superstars. But I'm also thinking, like, is this like a remake of like the first one? Are they doing a little razzle dazzle of like, you know, from Origins or something? I don't know, but it's a new Sonic game, and it looks good. Okay, I guess anything that is newly from Sonic just looks amazing nowadays. Next up, Exo Primal and Street Fighter. Street Fighter is collaborating with Exo Primal, a dinosaur hunting game, I guess, which is kind of like relevant to like Monster Hunter, but this one involves like Street Fighter characters in metal bodysuits or something. Like I don't know what's up with that. Next is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. This game looks amazing. I kind of haven't been coming back to Prince of Persia ever since Sands of Time, but can I just say, like the what is up with the use of rap music in any of these trailers? They have nothing to do with it. In Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, they could have played something from Persian descent. Instead, they play a rap music in it. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all. Okay, put some orchestra or something else. Like I don't know. Listen, there's certain trailers and game trailers that I'm willing to accept to have rap music in it. Maybe Street Fighter could be one of them in a sense because well, it's in the streets. There's certain places that's in urban levels or urban places within some levels, and I'm like, you know what? That was some rap music, I guess, as long as it's not mumble rap. But for this one, I just can't. Like, why though? What's with the music? Next, Starwell is now on PlayStation. I haven't finished Starwell. Starwell. Actually, you know what? Honkai Starwell, I don't think those kind of games you can finish. That's for sure. But it is a game I enjoy, so I'm like, okay, well, PlayStation gets to have a piece of it. There's been a lot of complaints of like how there's a lot of mobile games in this showcase. And I'm like, okay, so what? Is that wrong though? Path of Exile 2, I like the first one. I remember playing that a long time ago. So, I don't know. Could the second one compete with Diablo 4? Who knows? Like a Dragon. This one is like a Yakuza game. Looks cool. I wish I played some of the Yakuza games. But man, yeah, this one looks nice. Immortals of Avium. A game that is simply just spell shooter with attractive character or something. I don't know. Like that's what I've been hearing. And also some highlights like Nicolas Cage just showed up for Dead of Daylight, which is it has a funny mechanic of him just running away. Just the way it looks. Oh man, it's like also like seeing Nicolas Cage as an adult. Does this guy age or not? Like he has to be like 80 or something. Like I don't know how old he is. Like the thing is that this guy just kind of looks like he just turned 40. I don't know. How did he get to look so young? It's crazy. And also Sandland. Sandland is a game from I guess an anime company or something like that. And it looks nice. It looks nice, it looks like the same graphics from Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Quest. But this one happens to have no dragons because it's just called Sandland. And it's not that crazy. I don't see the appeal of it. I thought I was going to recognize the character when they show his face, but I don't know. We just got to wait and see. And yeah, that's a lot of games. There's a whole bunch of more, but I forgot about them. Okay, I didn't put them on the list. Other than that, let's move on to some wholesome games. And there's a good amount right here. Like Highland Song, that's like going to come to the Steam Deck and Nintendo Switch and stuff. You know what? Let me start with the list here. Because it's the only way for me to remember. I'm going to try. They have like an interesting getter group here, like Jacksepticeye's girlfriend, Gab, is in here. And yeah, it's a wholesome direct basically. They have like Spirit Swap, aka the man. What is up with games like this? Who are they trying to appeal? I feel like it's a good thing that they put this like first to get this out of the way. Like we just need to get this out of the way. But yeah, I get it. I mean, I guess it's Pride Month the game. The clothing options surrounding it, I'm just like, what is happening? But yeah, Spirit Swap, it's funny. I call it the wokest game I ever seen. Button City, aka Animal Football, because it's Animal Crossing, but they play football. They're in football teams. Looks nice. I Am a Caterpillar. This game for some reason gives me a full on Worms nostalgia. I don't know why, but I like the mechanics of this. I really do. And I'm interested to actually check it out myself. Sticky Business, which is basically you are a business that sells stickers. I don't get it. Here's the thing. This is Wholesome Direct. This is a bunch of games that is wholesome. I get the appeal. You're working, you're going through a lot of stress and you want games to just appeal to, just to give you some relief and stuff like that. But it's funny how when I look at these games, knowing that, listen, when it comes down to anything, I'm a person of comedic. I'm a comedian at the end of the day when it comes to anything else. I make fun of whatever I want, basically. And trust me, I had no problem doing it. So I'm gonna make fun of these games for sure. But I still do it in a way where I love them because that's how I show my love is that I make fun of you and that's because I like you or love you or whatever it is because I just like to have fun. Okay, everyone likes to have fun. I like to crack a couple of jokes, and let me tell you, there's times where I do deserve a good slap in the face for saying some things in the jokes or whatever. But that doesn't stop me from making, being a comedian and also just being funny. I don't know. I just had to get out of my soapbox. I don't know why. I was on my soapbox. Like, let me tell you about my humor real quick. But yeah, Sticky Business looks cool. I like small business games. Some people don't because basically it's not fun to run a small business. But these games are not really made to be realistic. So there's a bunch of other small business games I'm looking forward to. This one is, it's okay. Moonstone Island, I put like AK and everything, like, just for good measure. Like, for Sticky Business, aka not fun to run a small business. Moonstone Island, aka collab with Terraria, because it's a collaboration with Terraria or the creators of Terraria. I don't know, something about Terraria. And it, like, I'm trying to really pin this together as I look through and browse, see what Moonstone Island is, because I'm on the browser. That's where I'm doing this original work for, okay, as I'm talking to you guys. It's somewhere here. It's somewhere here that I pretty much put that I didn't put. Okay, well, you know what? Moonstone Island, let's just say it looks cool. I wish I can remember what they freaking look like, but I'm here on the website. Like, where is Moonstone Island? What are you doing? I'm on the website of Whole Games. This is all your announcements here. I don't see freaking Moonstone Island. I really want to see it. Damn, that really hurts. But I can't find it, apparently. Or at least I don't have enough time. Because here's the thing. My recording will stop if I stop, okay? Other than that, let's see if I'm in... Oh, let me see here. Okay, are we still recording? Are we still recording here? Yeah, we're still recording. Okay, I just need to make sure we're still recording. Hopefully it doesn't freaking quit on me. I don't know. Let's check out some other games since I can't remember what Moonstone Island is. Station to Station. Oh, this one's cool. It's like a railroad game. I remember in the PS1 days, I played this Railroad Tycoon, and it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. So this kind of reminds me of it. Except this one is more visually nice. The thing about when it comes down to the Wholesome Direct, there could be a lot of games that is coming to the Switch, and ones that are Steam, of course, but the Switch games are mostly like the rarest to actually find in these because they're people are looking forward to play these on the Switch. The Palace on the Hill, aka oh yeah, it's another business game, but it's a business game set in India, and this is kind of like the coolest ones I've seen so far. I don't know about it, but I'm kind of interested to see it. Maybe because with adapts this Indian culture way better than that cooking game about with the Indian family. So next one is Karma Zoo, and this one happens to be like I don't know. It's a weird one for sure. All I can think about is the Jamaican accent that tried to attempt this one. But Karma Zoo looks like a multiplayer couch co-op game involving more than one than two people. I don't know. Excuse me. I just ate. Yeah. I think my stomach's like, stop. Next up, I'm sweating. Holy crap. Next up is Flutter Away, which is a game that I absolutely was surprised to see. Let me take you back because back in 2016, because I've been doing YouTube for like 2 decades. It's hard to tell because my other channel got terminated. And yeah, it came with the gameplays with it. So, and one of my popular gameplays was Flutter it was Flutter something. It's related to Flutter Away, but it's Flutter something. It's in the same franchise, and it was a game that I gained a good amount of views from. I gained no subscribers because who would subscribe to a small mobile gaming channel? Let's be honest here. But I gained a good amount of views from that, and I still remember it to this day. And yeah, it looks like they haven't went anywhere. They're still continuing on making a new series of Flutter Away. So it's good to see them back. It's kind of like seeing your old friend. Like, wow, my goodness. Anyways, there's this other game that I actually, I think this was in a Nintendo Direct, and I absolutely did not like it, and I just never understand it. That's the thing about wholesome games, is that there's games that I totally get. There's a lot of games that I love that I want to check out for myself, like these peaceful games, these cutesy games, and stuff like that. And I totally get the appeal. But when it comes to games that it just has a lazy like mechanic to it or something like that, I can't understand. I just don't know where you get this idea. Like, you just happen to be with your wife or husband alone at home doing nothing, you're bored out of your mind, you're like, oh, we just gotta do some little finicking or whatever. And this is one of them. To the left, I swear, a little to the left is like a series where it's a game where I just don't understand. I really just don't understand. Why would you put this? Like, you could have, like, okay. Like, that's literally the lowest point of gaming that I've ever seen. I'm sorry. I'm a person of honesty, okay? I'm very honest. You can tell, okay? If I told you, like, oh, this game's dope or something like that, it's either from my preference or it's either me being like, yeah, it's good, you know? The same thing with Breath of the Wild. I don't like Breath of the Wild. I don't like it. I don't care much about Zelda. But it's because that I wish that I grew up with Zelda. I wish I had the experience of Zelda. The same, I'm trying to do the same thing with Metal Gear. But when it comes down to games like this, a little to the left, games that I like just don't have no series that are new and just the mechanics are just like, what? What? Are you saying that this is a mechanic that you can literally do that in your own kitchen? You can actually fiddle or muddle around with freaking like, I don't know, like, what, the cat doesn't help. I don't get it. Like, you're just thinking like, silverware and thinking that's gonna actually be appealing to puzzle, or I don't know. I don't know. It's a puzzle game that I have no idea what it is. I don't understand it. Another game that I'm into, a Henry Halfhead, which looks amazing. AK, like the character itself with his nose, I can't help but think that it looks a lot like number one from The Kid Next Door. If anyone's old enough to understand what I mean, if you know who Kids Next Door is, that's a series. Man, that was legendary back in the day. The Cartoon Network days, like 2005. God, I'm old. But yeah, Henry Halfhead, one of those goodness, one of those treasures that I seen where I'm like, yo, this is gonna do numbers. And I like the mechanics of it. It's weird, but man, does it look good. Lakeburg Legacies. It's a medieval matchmaker. Anything romance related, I'm into it, so I'm interested to check this one out for the channel. Loftia, aka this is a very comfy game, but it looks so good. It looks so nice. It's from developers either from Australia or New Zealand or whatever, but it looks so clean and just, I like the visual. It looks like something that I'm so excited because I'm just looking at the visuals of it. Even though it's nothing crazy like they show a mountain. No, it's just showing like, an office space or something, but I'm like, yo, I really want to get my hands on this. Beastie Ball, aka a freaking Pokemon game that is, oh, you know what I forget? There was a game on the Summer Game showcase that they showed where it was literally Pokemon characters with guns. I don't know what's it called. I forget. I think it's called Power World, but that was the most hilarious trailer. Man, I wish I didn't forget that. And this one involves volleyball with a different texture. Smush is a game that I'm so excited to check out. It's a game, and it's basically about a shroom just hopping around and stuff, paragliding and stuff like that. But I looked at it and I was like, yo, I want this so bad. Oh my god. Little Nemo is they set up a demo for Steam, so I'm gonna check that out later. It's pretty much a sleepy platformer. This kid in pajamas, when he sleeps, he goes into different levels and stuff like that. It looks cool. Sir Mallets is like a climbing game. Looks nice. Garden Buddies, aka I call it VeggieTales, but a rhythm game. It's like a rhythm game with VeggieTales. It looks nice, okay, for sure. Kibu, aka, it looks like something out of the Kira and the Lost Spirits. That's a game that I really still want to play to this day, but I don't have a PS5, so how the hell am I supposed to play Kira and the Lost Spirits? I wish I can play that, but hey, I don't have the money. So this one, I hope it's like that. I hope Kibu is like that. I hope Kibu is like that game that I seen that is from the showcase. Okay. Botany Manor, which is like a puzzle game in some sense, with in a manor, basically in a mansion, as I call it. They got Bubblegum Galaxy. I believe that's a galaxy making game or something like in that terms. I forget. I remember there was Baldens, which is a game that I was really into, that I looked at and I was like, yo, I want to check this out. Ever Jeep Aurora. I forget what that one was. Okay. There's a bunch of stuff here. Fields of Mystria, which looks like something that is from the creators of like Sailor Moon. That one looks cool. There's Flutter Away. I can see that there. I talked about this. Talked about. They also have like what was that other game that I played on mobile? Because there is a game I played on mobile, and it was it's somewhere around here. I forget where it was. Wildflowers. There it is. I played Wildflowers, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. I spent a lot of time on Wildflowers. I know the story and everything like that, so it's no surprising when it comes. Toaster Ball is a funny game. Like, it's literally like you're playing ball against other toasters, and it's basically Rocket League, if you know what Rocket League is, but with toasters. It looks hilarious. Oh my gosh. And this one is a Kato. It's a platformer cat game once again, but you have like a bread. You basically are balancing the bread, but also doing platformers to use the bread as your tool. Weird, but we like that here. We like the weirdos, okay? Those weird games. Anyways, that's all I know from Days of the Devs. There is some games, a good amount that I missed, that I'm like, yo, I want to check this out. But when it comes down to any of these games, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a long ride, okay? Oh, here's Moonstone Island. Oh yeah, it's like a freaking Stardew Valley kind of style game. No wonder I was into it. I was looking at it, I was like, yo, I kind of want this. I really do. Anything Stardew Valley itself, I'm willing to play, waste my time, and just have a good time, and all that. There's a game called Solar Punk, where you cut trees and make solar panels and stuff like that. It's like a Minecraft style game with good mechanics and stuff. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of wholesome games, but it's so hard to get through all of them because and they just look nice. They know how to make the visuals look nice. There's Ducky's delivery service. I want this because I'm into games that offers you mechanics of delivering. And yeah, for these games, I can see how, like, out of anything else, despite like some games being like, okay, I know what message you're trying to put here, there's just a good amount that I'm just like, that I really want to play more than the highlight games. Because the thing, when it comes down to wholesome games, you don't need a lot of gigs for it. You don't need like a very powerful computer or whatever it is, unless it's like I forget that game from that is about New Caledonia or whatever. But unless it's like, unless you count like Tears of the Kingdom as like a freaking wholesome game, sure, that's up to you. But it's pretty too big to be one. Most wholesome games are usually, a good amount of size for your Switch or mobile and more compatible. Next is Day of the Devs. Day of the Devs have some amazing games here. Okay, I saw this like 2 days ago, and I probably forget a good amount of it. But I want to highlight some stuff from Days of the Devs that I've seen. And pretty much a whole bunch of them just look amazing. Like, reality bending puzzle game. Viewfinder looks nice. We're about to get into that soon. But there's this there is so much. There is so much here where it's like willing to, it's definitely worth your time to actually check them out. And I believe there's some repeats from the Wholesome Direct as well, because some of these went to the Wholesome Direct, because some of these are wholesome. Like Viewfinder, like, about the views, and it's the same creator that made Alto's Odyssey or whatever. It's kind of like a mobile style itself, but it looks beautiful. The view of it and everything, nice. And there's this game, pretty much, what is it? It's Hunty. I wish I remember what they really look like or something if they didn't play the ads. IGN just, taking advantage of me of actually putting the ads. There's this game called Hellskate. I really want to check that out. It's a skateboarding game, but it's like an RPG skateboarding game where you kill enemies with your skateboarding skills in like a hellish world or something like that. It looks cool. But this one as well, we got Hunty. This one looks nice. I'm going to check this out. It looks fitting and darkish in a sense. Yeah, I like the visuals, right? It has that shadow blackish look to it. Um, my goodness, Cocoon is another one that's pretty much been hyped up out there. What else? Also, Internights. Internights is an interesting one. It's a dating game, but a dungeon crawler. But a dating game for one character. It's a dating sim and a dungeon crawler, and also exploring and fighting and stuff like that. So you're basically trying to be more engaging with the character you're with. Mars First Logistics. I don't know what this one is called. It's called Mars First Logistics. It's a Martian game. It's about within Mars. Soul Sea Chronicles. I kind of am curious to see this one because I remember, like, it follows the crew of a ship that lost their captain. So I'm not sure what it is. If they keep playing the ads, I swear. So many ads. There's so many ads. I'm not really here to give you all and all that for Dave Devs because there's so much here. But there's a good amount of stuff where I'm like, it's so impossible. Thank goodness I deleted Breath of the Wild. That takes hours to finish that. Now it's gonna take days at all to actually get through all these games because there's a lot of good stuff here. A lot of good stories and here and there. And yeah, I think that's my Vince talk. I was about to give you some other news, stuff like that, some leftovers or whatever you may call it. But I can't because I'll share that in my part 2. Who knows? Other than that, I'll see you when I see you. I want to live in a peace. And yeah, this is part 1 of the Summer Game Showcase. And next up is the Xbox Showcase. Hopefully they do well. Look, matter of fact, let's go check out our upcoming Summer Game Showcase because that's what I kind of just wanna. I'm curious, okay? Upcoming Summer Game Fest. Okay, here it is. I don't know where's the schedule or where you get it. Everything announced. Okay, here's Summer Gaming. Okay, that's what it's called, Summer of Gaming. So let me see here. Is it gonna show it or not? Damn, I don't know if it is. What is this? Summer Game Fest 2003. That's 2000 June 8ers. What? Did I see this before already? What the heck? I don't know. I have to get this organized because there is a schedule. There is a schedule for the Summer Game Showcase. Summer Game Showcase schedule. Blah blah blah. Do you have it? Huh? I know E3 had one, but I'm trying to find mine. Okay, trying to find mine right here. By the way, there's a good amount of games for the PC, that's for sure. Okay, State of Play. That happened a couple days ago. I already knew that. Guerrilla Collective. I haven't seen that. Okay, Summer Game Fest. Yeah. Day of the Devs. Seen that. Devolver Digital. Okay, Accessibility. That's another one. Wholesome Direct. Finished that. Talked about it. Future Games Show. Did I talk about that? Oh no, I was about to, but we didn't have no time. Xbox and Starfield. They put them together because Starfield is like a big announcement. PC Gaming Show, Ubisoft Forward, Capcom, they're doing their, showcase, and Black Voices in Gaming. So that's all there is. And that I might be talking about all of those in the next video. One love and a peace.